Today is the 15th of March 2014. My name is Shari Wong, and this interview is for the Ming I London Institute British Chinese Workforce Heritage Project. Can I begin by asking your name?
Nicholas Liu, 中文叫做廖應山。
Where were you born?
Hong Kong.
And when were you born?
When? It's a long time ago, 1956.
And when did you first come to the UK?
No, 1973.
And did you first come to Liverpool?
Yes.
What were your first impressions of Liverpool?
First impression. Not a lot of significance because I was quite used to the English way of life. I went to a very English school in Hong Kong called St. Stephen's College.
And so what were you doing when you first came to Liverpool?
I came here intending to study, but when I came here in May, so the school were all finished, almost finished. So I have to work in the restaurant as like most other Chinese people.
And which restaurant was that?
Oh, that's called China Luna in Liverpool Centre, working in the night time from 9:30 to 5:30 in the morning.
Was it in the Chinatown?
Yes, near Chinatown area, yeah.
And what jobs did you have apart from in the catering sector?
What job do I have now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a chartered accountant.
Mm-hmm. And how did you get from being working in the restaurants to today?
Now the focus was always education, not the catering. So catering is only incidental, and it helps me to pay for the school fees. Yeah. But I do enjoy the work because you learn a lot from the restaurant. You meet a lot of people, you meet the staff, you work with the staff as a team, and also you work with the customers, and you learn a lot from the customers. And you can say they were quite racist at the time. That's during the Bruce Lee era. You fight them. We did a lot of fighting at the time. But at the same time, they are quite fair. After the fight, we shake hands, we're friends again.
And are these your customers who are local?
Local English,
Liverpool?
yeah. Yeah, that's why we are heavily in martial art. So we have to be fit enough to fight and get paid. And also we make friends at the same time. And you gain your respect by beating them.
And can you say your relationship with them, what is it like now?
Well, I'm with English partner for 25 years. And I have a lot of local friends. So I find English people are very fair.
And can I ask you, when you started to be involved with the Chinese community, please?
Almost day one when I arrived at Liverpool. Because I was very, very active. So I was into all kinds of sport and also cultural activities. When I came to Liverpool, there weren't many. So there weren't enough. So we had to start the martial art school almost right away. And then we continued to do cross-country running. Then encourage people to run. And also there were football team as well. So although I was no good at football, but we encourage other teams to continue. And Liverpool had the football heritage. So the Chinese football team have been doing very, very well for many, many years.
And is it still running today?
Yes, it's still running today, yes. So I'm still keeping a team. We're doing quite well.
And so your first organisation that you set up, that was the martial arts school?
Martial arts school, yes. Well, I came here when I was 17. I couldn't be setting up myself. So it is all teamwork. But you have to pay a lot of attention. You got to work very, very hard. I used to train 4 days a week.
On top of studies and work?
Yeah, it's no problem. You have a better time management. You can fit everything in. So you work in the night, and so you get up fairly early in the morning, so you can still go shopping. You meet friends. You have other activities, and evening you work again.
And do you remember the name of that organisation?
Well, there are quite a few names. The first one is called England Ching Wu Association. England Ching Wu Association. So that was the first one. And that association accommodates all kind of martial art. they're not like other martial arts school that you focus on one style only. The Ching Wu Association accommodates also any style, even Japanese or Korean style.
And can you tell me more about the different styles of martial arts?
Well, the most popular would be like Wing Chun because it's Bruce Lee style, and also Hong Ga and Praying Mantis. So these are the three main styles we do. Including Northern Shaolin. Okay, so these are the four main styles. Then we always practice with people who have karate background, judo background, and jiu-jitsu background. So it is quite interesting.
And was this organisation limited to Liverpool, or did it?
Now it's meant to be international. So it started from Shanghai, and Hong Kong. We're also affiliated, or we were affiliated to the Hong Kong Ching Wu Association. There's a Malaysian as well. Malaysian Ching Wu Association is very, very big. It's still alive. Yeah, but we don't do that anymore because we're not full time running this organization. We now run the activity, not running the association.
Okay. And so, what led to your decisions to? I know you said you were interested in a lot of sports, but what was there?
Now the Chinese philosophy. You have the passion to do it. You don't look at the result. You don't look at what the reward you're going to get. The fact that you think it's good enough for you and good enough for other people, you do it. Don't look at the reward. And you think, yes, I can do it, I will do it. Okay. There's no fear.
And can you tell me more about the different activities that you run today?
Yeah,
I know there's a lot.
You need a long list, okay?
Yeah,
if you're asking the question, say now, okay? So I run a very heavy schedule every week. So starting from with a badminton club, we have that's over 25 years already. So for mainly family and social badminton. So we have some very good players and also very crap players. So of all ages across the session. Okay, so that's badminton. We have Tai Chi Association. We practice on a Sunday. So the Tai Chi Association is almost like 30 years. So we continue. And then I'm sure you have seen the Tai Chi Association in practice. Then followed by table tennis. So the table tennis, the Chinese team in Liverpool has been very good, but it was quite scattered. Only from last year, so we formally have another tennis club in Chinatown. My focus is to have all activities around Chinatown. So that's a table tennis group. Now after the table tennis group, there's the Chinese Cantonese Opera Society. There are actually 3 Cantonese opera societies. So we are among the oldest. So we have now, this year is 21 years. Again, non-stop. I can tell you, wherever I want to start, wherever I started, I don't want it to stop. Now, I'm not saying I will continue myself. It has to be somebody who will continue, who will carry on. If they don't, I will. So I won't let it stop. So that's the Cantonese Society. Now, we have a golf society. Again, golf society is about 22 years. 22 years. So we started the Chinese Golf Society in the north to play. Original idea was to play against people in London, but we didn't. It didn't happen. But there are enough golf societies around now in Manchester. So I was also helping people in Manchester, Lancaster, Blackpool, and Lancashire to organise their own golf societies. So these three golf society. So we're actively playing football. Although I don't play football, I don't really. I'm not very good on football, but there are enough people to play. So my job is to help organize Chinese football team. They always need a figurehead. Okay, in Chinatown, and you do need a figurehead because you might get bullied if you're not careful.
Do you still do the line dancing?
Yes, we do it for Chinese New Year as a must every year, and then occasionally we help other organizations if they want a celebration, the lion dance presentation, we do it exceptionally because we don't do it for money, and we have to get enough volunteers to do it. So we'll be training within a week, and then we'll get on with it. But we have trained enough people in the past, so we'll manage to get at least the people back in. There's always time to train people if you don't give up.
And how long does training last for?
No, there's always a mixture. You don't start from scratch. You always have somebody who know already. So the more experienced one will lead the less experienced one, and then you have the raw beginners. Okay, so 1 year you're raw beginner, next year you're intermediate. So every year that's continuity.
And so with all these activities, it must be quite difficult to organise. Do you do this through one large organisation, or are they all different societies and clubs?
I think it's good intention to have a large organisation, but once the organisation gets too large, it will be grossly inefficient, and too much bureaucracy, it won't work. So it is easier to have, say, I'm involved in at least 10 organizations, small ones. So when you want to make it work, you can make it work. So you don't have a lot of bureaucracy. If you have a big organization, even give you an example, not naming any association. We wanted to start the table tennis team, okay? More than 10 years ago. So, we said, we have a table tennis team in this association. The answer is no, it's not up to you, it's up to the committee. But we have enough people to play. No, we will submit an application. Can we buy the table and then put it here? No, you can't. You wait. If you want to make donation, you can make donation to the association, and then we'll decide whether to buy a table. I said, no, that's not working for me, okay? So what we did, we have enough names to sign up to contribute towards the table. So we're not asking to about the table. We just buy the table. We bought the table and put it there. So this is our table. Temporarily we leave it here, with the intention this is the permanent home. It will be gift to the association. Play low key, don't mention it, and then you get on with it, and then they form a table tennis society. That's the way. Now we form our next table tennis group. We're not supposed to be using the blackie. We're not supposed to buy a table tennis table, even out of pocket. So we say, these tables have always been here. And were they? Yes, they have been here. They look quite new, yes, but we protect them very, very well. So we have 4 tables in the blackies. Now, not many organizations will accommodate 4 tables if you're not a sports hall. But we manage, we instead of applying formally, which you get a rejection, we just do it practically. On the money side, you pay it first. Don't ask for any donation, ask for any contribution. I would say, how much is it? I'll pay for it first. And then you prepare a list, whoever wants to contribute, write the name down. And there's no there's no shortage of sponsors. And I have people who sponsor football kits. I'm organizing all these activities around Chinatown deliberately. You have to organize activities around Chinatown to bring the people in. So when people playing badminton, although we don't play here. Now I am an accountant. Now to run finance, technically you have to get the money first and then run the activities, Now if you want to get the people to agree to activity they haven't seen, it will be very difficult. It's easier when I can afford it, I'll pay it first. And then when people see the product, they will come back and, yes, I want to be a party, I want to take part in this, how much do I need to contribute? 30 or 50 pounds each. I'll pay you tomorrow. Now don't pay me, I'll get somebody else to collect it. So I'm not trying to get my money back, I want simply just to force it first. And that will happen. So I would say 90% of my activities are done this way. Like the line dance, 2004, Kensington Community Centre, they asked me, do you want to do, we want to do a line dance, but we can buy the line set for you, but you have to make an application. Do you mind to prepare all the paperwork for me? And I said, when is it for? Oh, for 2004, it was 2003. Now, I want to do it in 2003, I don't want to do it in 2004. But the funding would take like 6 months. I said, no, thank you. It will happen within 2 months. Oh, but where do you get the money from? No, I don't worry about that. I'll pay for it first. Because after I pay for it, I've done enough activities, and the volunteers will do the line dance for the restaurant, and they earn some money, and they will pay me back. The team will own the line set. So we did it in no time. If you wait for the funding, it takes 1 year. So it's not going to happen. The people who are interested in the line dance, next year they won't be interested. So when you do it, you got to strike the iron when it's hot. 打鐵要趁熱. So when people are interested, do it. So there's no such time as we wait for. I don't wait for anything. When I want to do it, I do it.
And so I know there's a lot of other Chinese organisations in Liverpool,
yes,
Chinatown. So what's your relationship with those groups, if there is any?
We wave and we shake hands. Apart from that, we don't. I'm the special breed because I have no patience to attend meetings. I do not attend meetings. So I would say, okay, tell me what you want me to do. I'll just do it. Don't ask me to go to meetings. What, I want you to be in the meetings. No, I don't want to be in the meeting. So if I want to do anything, I just do it myself. Because there's enough supporters.
And with the different activities, could you tell me what kind of users attend? Are they mainly Chinese or British?
Yeah,
English?
Most of my activities, I try to get a minimum 20% non-Chinese participant. There's no point in having any activities 100% only. I think that will, I won't say it's racist, I think it's too narrow-minded. So you do need a mixture, and also you allow the Chinese people to learn from the English people as well. At the same time, allowing the non-Chinese people to learn the Chinese culture with a focus. So our badminton, we have English people, Arabs, okay, but Chinese are the more dominant part of the Chinese team. Even the English football, our football team, we have a rule to have like a small number of well, it's mainly English speaking anyway, so we have 10-20% of non-Chinese players.
And how do they get involved in these activities? Do you advertise them quite well? Was it just word of mouth?
Now, when there's enough momentum, it will happen. Now, if you look at, if you look back, there's a Chinese Photographic Society. That's one, okay. So we organized the Chinese, we call it Liverpool Chinatown Photographic Society. Now, how it happened? There's enough people interested in photography. So I used one restaurant to advertise. People interested in contact this. It didn't work very well. Didn't work very well. But there are sufficient people, the core members. So there are 3 core members. One is a professional photographer. Another one is a mad, keen amateur, very good at photography. And me, I'm keen at photography, but I'm keen on organization. So we decided, let's have a meeting. Okay. So doesn't matter how many people, just form this society. I have a meeting in November 2011. Okay, so of course before then you do a bit of activities. So we have professional people there. So then we had about 10 people attending the first meeting. There's plenty to do in photographic society. So in no time, and then our regular membership is about 30. But these are very keen members. Well, attending meeting, there might be about 15. But we have a website anyway. Every month we have a small competition. Well, we had a larger competition last year in April for the children, for the under 17 for school mainly. And we had a presentation in the Liverpool Museum. Yeah, you have to work 9 months on that competition, which I don't agree. I'd rather have a mini competition or more of them. Yeah.
And so what do you think the role of these activities play in the Chinese community in Liverpool?
My role?
Whose
role?
Activities of the organisations?
Now, we're in the very grassroots level. Ideally, somebody high up should have a lot more like umbrella organization. Unfortunately, there are not enough wise people around or non-selfish people around to be able to do that. So my view is to encourage more society to be more independent and do their own things. In the right time, they will form a more collective association, and there is a collective association, which is they're not doing very much. It's called LCBA, Liverpool Chinatown Business Association. Unfortunately, I can't comment very much because I'm always very critical against them. They don't like me. It doesn't matter.
And has this role changed over the years with the increasing number of organisations?
Now their roles don't change because they don't do anything. They don't do anything productive. That's my criticism. If you look at Chinatown, it's been on the decline for over 20 years. Now they're in charge. I'm not in charge. But I try to keep everything in Chinatown, including this building. Now this building, it was a council flat. Okay? So it was derelict, how long ago? 1998? No, sorry, 1992. 1992, this building was derelict. So my proposal to the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce, now we want to bring the people back to Chinatown. One way of doing it is to have more flats in Chinatown to house the less able people to live here. Now with the less able people, they will attract the children to visit them in Chinatown. So that was the idea. So we wanted this building to be 100% Chinese. So the original idea was like that. But after Pine Court took over, it is against our equality policy. So you have to accommodate. But we will try to skew in favor of Chinese residents. So in this building, I'm sure there's more than 50% Chinese here. So at least we have this building to be represented, the building for Chinatown. Now we did it we bought from the City Council, linked with Pine Court Association and the builders, lawyers, bankers, etc. So we don't have to spend. We're not out of pocket to do this building. We're not out of pocket. The original idea was I'm quite happy to do it as a charity, so I didn't get a penny out of it. But the architect, they earned their fee. I did not. I earned nothing from this building. I have to buy back this 3-unit.
And so, are there any significant events that have happened over the years that you've worked here and set up all these activities?
Well, Chinese New Year celebration is one because we started in 1975 before anyone else. So at the time I was only 18, 19. So we really wasn't in the position to persuade the Chinatown aldermen. So look, we want to do it. They thought, try it, you're way, okay? So no, we're just doing for the good of the Chinese people, the community and the English community. So eventually we managed, and then the City Council appreciated what we did. So from then, there's non-stop. So we started the Chinese New Year celebration then. So I had a photograph of it.
Which year is that?
So started in 1975, very low key. So 76 was much bigger, then 77 and so on.
And I'm now thinking to the future. What do you think the future of Liverpool's Chinatown is?
It's a sad story, okay? And there are not enough people like me who's passionate enough to spend time here. So I'm happy to step down if anyone can take over my role. No, I just keep doing it, okay? So I don't ask for permission, I just do it. But the other association, they don't like this. They rather conform with the rest. If they don't do it, don't do anything. So I'm more proactive. If it needs doing, you do it. So this building is one example. The Chongwa supermarket is another example. Going back to 96, 96. They wanted to have the supermarket.
Can you just pause?
That's okay. Now, they had the design of the supermarket. It's just an ordinary tin hut, supermarket. So when I saw the drawing, so I asked Mr. Kingham and Co., the father who was an architect. I said to him, can we make Chinatown a little bit more colourful? Can we persuade the Chongwa supermarket to do it with more Chinese style? Okay, I'll think about it. Then we did a bit of drawing. Then approached them and asked them, would you like to do it this way? Oh no, we don't want to spend any money on it. No, you're not spending any money. You are using the local builders, using local materials to the same cost. So if you can do it, so you have the Chinese taste. Okay, right? Okay, how do you do it? So Norman Kingham asked me, okay, now I've never done Chinese structure before. So give me pictures of all these different structures, then I'll do some design. So we have a lot of books from Beijing. Okay, so all these structures. Then he followed certain patterns and showed me a lot of patterns in pencil. Then which look Chinese to me. Okay, it's important to you than to him. I said, okay, these are fine. Okay, we'll get the builders to do it. And if you go to the Chongwa supermarket again, you look at the material. None of the material came from abroad. It is actually English materials, but they do it to the Chinese taste, and the design. So this is, I would say, my contribution. That's another building down. The old Chongwa site is now a housing association again. So we wanted to build much better design, but again, the housing association and the city council won't allow, because they have restriction on called semi-commercial, shop on the ground floor and residential upstairs. So we try to persuade the council or the local people to do things without asking to the government for a penny. So that would be easier.
Is that how you see the future of the development of Chinatown?
Well, if there's enough people, there will be enough momentum. You don't need to ask the city council to do anything, they won't. Now, my other contribution, you can say, I was the chairman of the Liverpool China Committee in the Chamber of Commerce, Liverpool Chamber of Commerce, again in 1993. A lot of things happened in 1993 because China wanted to develop the market, so they sent a delegation to Liverpool. And I was a member of the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce. So they asked for Chinese help to liaise with China. And I come from Hong Kong, I don't know very much about China. So they said, we want to form a group to work with Chinese, with a Chinese counterpart. Okay, would you like to volunteer? I said, yes, but I don't know enough. So I always say yes before, okay. Oh, okay, right. Okay, let's look at it. You are not China. You are not Chinese. Okay, that's the way they look at it. You are part of us, English. Okay, but you happen to have a Chinese face and you know the language. So it is better that way. Okay, so I have to get help from other people. So I went to university and I got help from other lecturers and professors who are quite new to Liverpool, and they actually educated me about Putonghua. Okay. They educated about the development of China. They told me about the tenements massacre, how they see it. Because I always see it my way, like the BBC. And I said, no, that's no good. And they gave me a different view, gave me a different view and slowly absorb, not saying which is right, which is wrong. Then you feel, number one, there's a history. It happened. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Do you always see it as sinister, as a massacre? No, no, no. So we have to make a conscious decision. Well, put it aside. Let's deal with China first. Do the trade. So we formed a Liverpool China Committee. I became the first chairman of the Liverpool China Committee. So we have three objectives. Number one is called the China trading. So we form called the ChinaLink. ChinaLink is using Liverpool as a base to help the small and medium-sized enterprises to work with China. Okay. Number two is the arch, Chinese arch. So the Chinese arch project started in 1982. It failed twice because of the funding. Okay. So we thought, let's resurrect it with the help of the City Council, or the joint force of City Council, the Chamber of Commerce and Shanghai. So we may have a better chance. Okay, well, of course, including the local community. Now, my role was not representing the Chinese community. My role was representing the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce, an English organization. Now then, people see me as a traitor against the Liverpool Chinese community. It's far from it. I try to link everything together. They assume, oh, you're a chartered accountant, you think you're above everyone. You speak without consulting us. So I don't care anyway, just get on with it. So we managed to have this project. So we twin the two cities of Shanghai and Liverpool. So it's not a single effort. It is the joint effort of the City Council, Chamber of Commerce, okay, and Shanghai, of course, including the local community. So I stepped down after 4 years. Don't sit on the chair for too long. It's no good. So when I stepped down and I promoted the chairman, he said, no, I haven't got time for this. No, you tell me what to do, I'll help you. Okay, so you don't have to do as much. I'll do the work if you want me to. So I promoted two separate chairmen. So they did very well. So I stepped down. Not many people remember me after 10 years.
Is the council still running today?
No, you look at what you achieve. The arch is here, okay? The Chinese arch, okay? Bailao. The twinning of the two cities, Liverpool and Chinatown and Shanghai, is there. If you go to the Dongfang Mingju, okay, the tower building in Shanghai, you can see a small present from Liverpool. Okay, so it's there. Okay, so when I went there, I told my son that we did that. Okay, that's great. Okay, now ChinaLink existed for about 15 years, because after 15 years, you don't need the same organization because people can do it themselves. So I'm quite happy I've done that.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think we'll start to wrap up, but I want to ask you some questions about your personal experience.
Yeah.
And the challenges you might face, or maybe the best thing about what you do today.
No, the best thing is not always business. The best thing is you can take a look at a number of things, okay? You're able to do what you want to do is one thing you enjoy. So I compare life in Hong Kong. So if I go to Hong Kong, I'm not able to do what I want to do. Okay, so because my activities are quite diverse. So if you add all the time together, what I do every day, I spend, say, 1 hour doing calligraphy, okay? And then I also watch television and follow certain pinjab, not always, okay, but I do that. And I run 1+1 activities every Saturday. It's 2.5 hours. Table tennis, okay, Chinese opera, Tai Chi. Now, in addition, I'm running 4 offices we have 4 offices in our group: Liverpool, St. Helens, Leyland and Birkenhead. I have to attend to these offices every week. I also run Chili restaurant. In addition, I also own the art restaurant. Now I attend to all that, and I'm able to do my work. I play badminton, and I'm a very key member of the Golf Society and a member of Woolton Golf Club. Now I can fit all in. I don't feel stressed out, and I enjoy what I'm doing. So I'm doing quite well in accountancy. So we have, in our group, we have about 25 people. Recently, we took on 2 Chinese trainees and 1 volunteers. There are 2 other English trainees. So we are an approved training office. You can see this. We're approved training office for the Institute of Chartered Accountants and also the Chartered Certified Accountants. So we have to maintain the training office status in order to recruit trainees. Now, trainees are, honestly, they work against you because you train them, they leave, okay? And you spend a lot of time with them. And my partner don't really like trainees, but it's my own idea to make sure that we keep the training office status. Now, because I look at it, I benefited from the training contract by my previous employer. So I'm going to pass it on. Okay, this is my philosophy. Is that good enough answer for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess time isn't really a challenge for you, but are there any challenges you face whilst you're trying to run all these things?
Well, depending on what's challenge, give me some hint.
Any difficulties you face when you try and organise all these activities?
No, you can say frustration, okay? Chinatown, my vision of Chinatown should be quite lively, multicultural, or multi-Chinese regional Chinatown. And this should not be the old-fashioned Chinatown only. So you need a bit of both. And at the moment, it's not happening. For the next 3 to 5 years, it's not going to happen based on the heads of the Chinatown, the various heads, i.e. Q-Link, okay? Okay. I think they do lack vision and lack energy. They need both. You need somebody high up, when I say high up, senior enough, wise enough, to see what Chinatown or how you want Chinatown to play the role of Chinatown. And at the same time, you have to find enough people who have energy. They may not have the knowledge or experience, but they need energy. And there are not many. So I feel frustrated about this. But I don't give up myself. And as you know, like the lion dance, where you look at lion dance practice, you were there once, yeah? No? No? Who was that? Your brother? Yeah. Okay. Now, you look at certain people that have no experience whatsoever. I should come along anyway. Okay, pick this up and do that for me, okay? Now, that's experience. Next time, he'll feel more confident. Okay? Now, your cousin, yeah? No, your cousin, yeah? What's his name again? Dion. Is that Dion? Dai.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, he was too shy. Now, he let me down so many times. Okay. So I had to, halfway through, I said, no, don't do that, switch to another one. And his mom said, why do you switch him? Now he was out of beat. Okay. Now he used to play, well, he plays drum, the English drum. He should not be out of beat. But he's not paying attention. Okay. But again, I don't think he if he was too embarrassed, he knew he was wrong. So this was his second year. I'm sure next year he'll be a much better person. So I don't give up.
So thinking about the younger generation, you mentioned you have a son. Do you have aspirations for him in terms of continuing?
No, he won't spend much time in Chinatown like the way I do. Now, he can do line dance, no problem. He can do drum, line dance. He plays badminton. He's a good golfer. He's going to be a lawyer, okay? But then he won't waste time in Liverpool. I won't let him stay here anyway. I will encourage him to go elsewhere. Now, there are enough people in Liverpool are willing to stay in Liverpool. So they should, they should assume responsibility. Now, that's what I try to do. And if you attend any of our other meetings, you'll find I try to persuade people, look, do something about it. Say, photographic society. If you form a society, you soldier on, there is enough activity there. And one day they'll group together. Why don't we do this together? Yeah, you have to really excite people and allow people with a passion to carry on.
I think that's all the questions I've had for you.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to mention?
No, really, the
or
question back
clarify?
to you. Okay, now the reason why I accept this this interview, because you're saying, okay, the next generation. I would like what you want to see, because I've told you what I want to see. I would like people to have more passion, and say in Chinatown there's enough interest in Chinatown. Please, pick up an interest and let it grow. But not many people are positive enough. They want to stay in Chinatown.
If there's any further questions?
Yeah, answer me any questions.
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank
Okay.
you very much for your time.
Okay, thank
and
you.
sharing your story.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.